Good morning, friends. I am Chetan Devidas Jingde, working as an assistant professor in RBNB College, Shrirampur. Now, we all aware that we have already studied about the reaction of the aliphatic nucleophilic substitution reaction and its types. In our previous lecture, we also studied the reaction and mechanism of SN1 reaction. In that reaction, we know that it proceeds via two steps. The first step of SN1 reaction is nothing but the formation of planar carbonium ion. In second step, the attack of nucleophile takes place on the planar carbocation from the back side as well as from the front side. If we choose the optically active substrate as per reaction, then we obtain the pair of enantiomer as a product. That concept is nothing but the stereochemistry of SN1 reaction. Now, in this particular lecture, we have to study about the stereochemistry of SN1 reaction. In this particular lecture, if we react or if we take an optically active substrate and that optically active substrate, if treated with the nucleophile, when we studied what racemization of SN1 reaction, in which we have to study the stereochemistry of that reaction. In that case, when we use the optically active substrate and the attack of nucleophile takes place on that optically active substrates, results into the formation of two products, or we may say that results into the formation of pair of enantiomers. The pair of enantiomer which will be obtained as a product, in SN1 reaction depends upon or obtained by the front side or back side attack of nucleophile on what? On the planar carbonium ion. Planar carbocation or carbonium ion. To understand the stereochemistry of SN1 reaction, that is what is meant by racemization, we take an example of R1 phenyl ethyl chloride, or we may say that we take an example of the hydrolysis of R1 phenyl ethyl chloride, which is nothing but an optically active compound. Now, when R1 phenyl ethyl chloride is treated with aqueous NaOH or KOH, we obtain two products, that is R1 phenyl ethyl alcohol and S1 phenyl ethyl alcohol as shown in this this is nothing but the R1 phenyl ethyl chloride. When this phenylethyl chloride is treated with aqueous KOH or NaOH, we know that the mechanism of SN1 reaction proceed in two steps. Likewise, in this case also, in first step, this chlorine will be eliminated to form the planar carbocation which results from this slow step, which is nothing but the rate determining step of SN1 reaction, because we also know that the rate of the SN1 reaction depends upon the concentration of reactant only. Now here this Cl will be removed from this optically active reactant to form this planar carbocation. We know that as this is an planar carbocation, it means the nucleophile can be attacked from the front side to this carbocation, as well as the nucleophile can attack from the back side on this carbocation. And we also know that if in first case, if the carbocation attack on this planar carbocation from the front side, we will obtain this is the nucleophile. If it attack from the front side, when this nucleophile attack on this planar carbocation from the front side, we will obtain this R1 phenyl ethyl alcohol as a product. Instead of this, if this nucleophile will attack on this planar carbocation from the back side, we will obtain S1 phenyl ethyl alcohol as a product. Now, when the attack of this nucleophile takes place on this planar carbocation, we obtain this pair of enantiomer. In this first step, that is when the nucleophile attacks from the front side on this planar carbocation or carbonium ion, we obtain this R product, which is due to retention of configuration, whereas the second product, which is obtained by the backside attack of nucleophile on this planar carbocation, we obtain inversion of configuration. Inversion of configuration. Now, in case of SN1 reaction, no 100% racemization will be obtained. That's why we know that in case of SN1 reaction, always this inversion of configuration is obtained as a major configuration. Now, when this reaction is carried out of 100 molecules of product, the 75 molecules is of this inversion configuration and 25 molecules is of retention configuration. It means this retention of configuration is obtained, or the product has 25% of retention, whereas the product has 75% of inversion. When we calculate how many percent of product will be obtained in this reaction, then this 25% of retention product, that is the rotation of 25% of retention, is cancel out the 25% of inversion of configuration, which results into the 50% of inversion of product. It means this inverted configuration is always obtained in case of stearium, in case of SN1 reaction. Now, this is because of, we know that this is because in each and every SN1 reaction we obtain inversion of configuration in major quantity because of the planarity of this carbocation as well as the nucleophilicity of the solvent. These are the two factors which affect the formation of retention of configuration. Instead, the planarity of carbocation and the nucleophilicity of solvent results into the formation of inversion of configuration as a major product in SN1 reaction. That is all about SN1 reaction. Thank you.